Hello and welcome to Fun and Knowledge. Today we are going to show you the top 10 safest countries in the world. This quality factors into the overall USA News Best Countries rankings and quality of life sub-ranking. Please watch the video until end. Please hit the like button and tell us in the comments if you want to know about some more exciting and exclusive stuff. Let's get started. Number 1, Switzerland. Switzerland, officially called the Swiss Confederation, is a small country in Central Europe made up of 16,000 square miles of glacier-carved Alps, lakes, and valleys. It's one of the world's wealthiest countries, and has been well known for centuries for its neutrality. The Swiss Confederation was initially founded in 1291 as a defensive alliance among cantons. In 1499, the Confederation became independent from the Holy Roman Empire. In 1848, a new constitution turned the Confederation into a centralized federal government, ending a period of conflict. Since then, the country has enjoyed relative tranquility. Switzerland has low unemployment, a skilled labor force and one of the highest gross domestic products per capita in the world, according to the CIA World Factbook. The country's strong economy is powered by low corporate tax rates, a highly developed service sector led by financial services and a high-tech manufacturing industry. Number 2, Denmark. The Kingdom of Denmark emerged in the 10th century and includes two North Atlantic island nations, the Faroe Islands and Greenland. Along with Sweden and Norway, it forms Scandinavia, a cultural region in Northern Europe. Copenhagen, Denmark's capital, is home to notable institutions such as the Copenhagen Stock Exchange. The capital also serves as a hub connecting Northern Europe with the rest of the world, with the largest international airport in Scandinavia, an active port, a subway system and the Øresund Bridge, connecting the city to Malmö, Sweden. Since 1849, Denmark has operated under a constitutional monarchy. Queen Margrethe II is the current ceremonial head of state and Mette Frederiksen is Prime Minister. The Folketing is Denmark's supreme legislative body. Its members are elected by the Danish people. The Danish government is perceived as highly stable and very transparent. Number 3, New Zealand. British and Polynesian influences course through picturesque New Zealand, an island nation in the Pacific Ocean southeast of Australia. Early Maori settlers ceded sovereignty to British invaders with the Treaty of Waitangi in 1840, and European settlers flooded in. Today, 70% of Kiwis, a common term for the people of New Zealand after a native flightless bird, are of European descent. A sense of pride has surged among the Maori, the country's first settlers who now account for about 14%, as homeland grievances become more openly addressed. Though the British monarch remains head of state, New Zealand has operated under an independent parliamentary democracy led by a prime minister since its independence in 1907. In 2017, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern led the Progressive Labour Party to victory and became the youngest female leader in the world. Number 4, Norway. The Kingdom of Norway is the westernmost country in the Scandinavian peninsula, made up mostly of mountainous terrain. Nearly all of its population lives in the south, surrounding the capital Oslo. Norway's coastline is made up of thousands of miles of fjords, bays and island shores. The Norwegians developed a maritime culture, and were active throughout the Viking era, establishing settlements in Iceland and Greenland. For many years, Norway's fate was tied to Denmark and Sweden. In 1905, Norway gained independence from Sweden through a referendum. The country was neutral during both world wars but was nonetheless occupied by Nazi Germany for 5 years. Norway is a high-income nation with a vibrant private sector and a substantial safety net. Discovery of oil and gas off the coast in the 1960s gave the country an economic boost, and today Norway is one of the world's leading petroleum exporters. Number 5, Sweden. The Kingdom of Sweden, flanked by Norway to the west and the Baltic Sea to the east, expands across much of the Scandinavian peninsula and is one of the largest countries in the European Union by land mass. The capital city Stockholm was founded in the 13th century, and border disputes through the Middle Ages established the modern-day nation. Despite its militaristic roots, Sweden has remained neutral in times of war for centuries. Instead, commitment to human rights, public service, and sustainability have helped to make it a respected leader in international affairs. Sweden operates under a model similar to those of other Nordic nations, heavily capitalistic with a large percent of spending going toward public service. Once well above the global average, tax rates have decreased, and an advanced infrastructure and transportation network assist with equal wealth distribution. Swedes are some of the world's most generous people, donating about 1% of gross national product to humanitarian aid programs each year. The society has continued to diversify, due in part to refugees who have been welcomed into Swedish borders. Number 6. Finland. Geography defines the history and culture of Nordic Finland, one of the most northern-reaching countries in the world. Bordered by Norway, Sweden, Russia, the Baltic Sea and the Gulf of Bothnia, Finland and its vast stretches of heavily forested open land acts as a northern gate between west and east. Finland is a bilingual country. Finnish and Swedish are both official languages. Finland, which functions today as a parliamentary democracy, is an international leader in providing education, and it ranks high for its performances in civil rights, press freedom and quality of life. The country was one of the first in the world to grant women the right to vote and was the first country to legalize universal suffrage, the right to both vote and run for office. Number 7. Canada. Canada takes up about 2/5 of the North American continent, making it the second largest country in the world after Russia. The country is sparsely populated, with most of its residents living within 125 miles of its border with the United States. Canada's expansive wilderness to the north plays a large role in Canadian identity, as does the country's reputation of welcoming immigrants. Although the Norse briefly settled in Canada during the 10th century, European exploration accelerated in the 1500s. France and Britain angled for control over the region, with the British cementing their dominance in the year 1763. The country was a collection of British colonies until it became a self-governing dominion in 1867. Canadians pride themselves in encouraging all of their citizens to honor their own cultures. In 1971, Canada adopted a national policy of multiculturalism, which celebrates the country's diversity. At the same time, Canada faces national challenges related to the concerns of Indigenous people and those in the predominantly French-speaking province of Quebec. While constitutional guarantees allow the province wide-ranging cultural and linguistic autonomy, movements for complete independence come in waves. Number 8. Netherlands. Situated along the fringes of Western Europe, the Netherlands is a coastal lowland freckled with windmills characteristic of its development around the water. Three major European rivers, the Rhine, Meuse and Scheldt, run through neighbors Germany and Belgium into the nation's busy ports. The Kingdom of the Netherlands emerged in 1815 after years of Spanish and later French occupation. In 2010, a collection of island territories in the Caribbean known as the Dutch Antilles were disbanded, but Aruba, Curaçao and Sint Maarten remain constituent countries within the kingdom. Known as Dutch, the people of the Netherlands have formed what has long been considered a tolerant society, though some politicians are increasingly voicing concerns over immigration. The country also boasts the highest concentration of museums in the world. It was the birthplace of Rembrandt and Van Gogh, as well as the microscope, telescope, and thermometer. Number 9. Austria. Austria is a culturally rich, high-income parliamentary democracy that hosts several key international organizations. Located in the heart of Central Europe, the modern Austrian state was shaped by the two world wars of the 20th century. Austria's small size today belies its past as a European power that lasted for centuries under the rule of the Habsburg dynasty. That era ended following the Austro-Hungary Empire's defeat in World War I. Austria then established itself as a republic, which ended in 1938 when it was annexed by Nazi Germany. Following Germany's World War II defeat, Austria eventually re-established itself as an independent republic. The nation has a rich tradition of being a continental cultural center. Famous composers such as Franz Schubert and Johann Strauss were born in Vienna, and both Ludwig van Beethoven and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart spent much of their lives in the city. Number 10. Australia. The Commonwealth of Australia occupies the Australian continent. The country also includes some islands, most notably Tasmania. Indigenous people occupied the land for at least 40,000 years before the first British settlements of the 18th century. Australia has a parliamentary democracy government similar to the United Kingdom. While it separates its federal government into three arms, Parliament, Executive, and Judiciary, the executive answers to the Parliament. In 1986, the nation ended all constitutional ties to the United Kingdom, although Queen Elizabeth II remains the ceremonial head of state. Since the late 18th century, Australia has been influenced by British, Celtic, and US culture. Australia is considered a wealthy nation with a market-based economy that has a comparatively high gross domestic product and per capita income. Its economy is driven by the service sector and the export of commodities. That's all for today. We will meet again with a new and exciting video soon. Please stay tuned and hit the like and subscribe button. Please share your reviews about the video in comment section. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.